Dear students, today I am going to discuss the poem The Solitary Reaper by William Wordsworth. In my previous video, we have been introduced with the poet William Wordsworth and some of the characteristics of his age. So in this video, I will not discuss about the poet. Okay. The poem, The Solitary Reaper. Okay, what is solitary? Solitary means lonely, alone. Reaper, one who cuts the crop. A girl who is solitary, who is alone and cutting the crop. The Solitary Reaper. The Solitary Reaper is a very beautiful poem by William Wordsworth. The poem was composed in 1805 and published in 1807. Actually, in 1803, Wordsworth was on the trip of Scotland with his sister Dorothy. As we all know that William Wordsworth is a lover of nature. So, he was fascinated by the lovely scenery and the people of Highlands when he was on the tour of Scotland. Highlands is a hilly area of Scotland. During his journey, the poet saw a girl in the field who was reaping and singing simultaneously. The poet finds her voice and music extraordinarily sweet. He was very much impressed with the melody of her song, and it left an indelible imprint on the poet's mind and heart, on the heart and the mind of the poet. Behold her single in the field, you solitary Highland lass, reaping and singing by herself. Stop here or gently pass. Alone she cuts and binds the grain, and sings a melancholy strain. Oh, listen, for the wail profound is overflowing with the sound. During his visits, the poet looks at the girl, or he comes across a girl who is standing all alone in the field. Behold her, the poet says that to look at the girl, single in the field, who is standing alone in the field, you yawn there, solitary Highland lass. Okay, the poet says that he says to look at the girl, or when he comes across a girl who is standing all alone in the field, there is no one around her. She is standing in the field and singing a song, reaping and singing by herself. She is cutting the crop. Reaping means cutting the crop, and singing a song by herself means she is singing alone. She is having no companion, no company. There is nobody to accompany with her in her singing. She is singing alone. Stop here or gently pass. And the voice of the girl is very sweet, and it fascinates the poet. So he wants the passerby not to disturb the girl. He appeals the passerby to stop, or either to stop or listen her song, or to leave the way noiselessly. Okay, silently, without making any noise, without disturbing her. You just go. He wants the passerby to go from the place. Alone she cuts and binds the grain. She is cutting, gathering, and binding the crop and singing a song, a melancholy strain. Melancholy strain means sad song. She is singing a sad song. And the poet appeals the reader to listen her song oh, listen, for the wail profound is overflowing with the sound. The poet here appeals the reader or the passerby to listen her song, which is echoing in the valley. Melancholy song which is echoing in the valley, in the deep valley. Profound valley means deep valley. Her voice is echoing in the whole valley, in the deep valley. is overflowing with the sound. Her music is flooded, her voice is flooded, or the valley is flooded with the music which she is singing. Her melodious sound can be heard in the each and every corner of the valley. So poet wants the passerby to listen her melodious song which she is singing in the field. No nightingale did ever chant more welcome notes to weary bands of travellers in some shady haunt among Arabian sands. A voice so thrilling never was heard in springtime from the cuckoo bird, breaking the silence of the seas among the farthest Hebrides. Here, in these lines, the poet compares the pleasing voice of the girl to the sweet music of a nightingale. He says that the song or the music of the girl is more pleasing than the sound of the nightingale. No nightingale did ever chant. Chant means sing. More welcome notes. Welcome notes means pleasing song. To weary bands. Weary bands means tired group of travelers in some shady haunt. Shady haunt means shady place. Roofed shelter which is frequently visited by the visitors or the travelers among Arabian sand in the deserts of Arabia. The poet says that in the desert of Arabia, when the tired group of visitors or travelers come and stay there under the sheltered place, and they take rest and they get relaxed under the shelter. When the visitors who come to the desert of Arabia feel fatigue, and then they come to take rest under the shelter, and they come there and they stay just to get relaxed. And when at the same time when the nightingale sings, when the nightingale sings, the voice of the nightingale pleases the travelers. The sound or the music of the nightingale soothes them. But the poet says that the music of the solitary reaper is more melodious or soothing than that of the nightingale. A voice so thrilling never was heard in springtime from the cuckoo bird, breaking the silence of the seas among the farthest Hebrides. A voice so thrilling means exciting, piercing the ears, never was heard in springtime from the cuckoo bird. The poet says that the cuckoo is a migratory bird and visits North Europe in spring. When cuckoo produces a thrilling sound, an exciting sound, or in the season of a spring, in the spring season, when the winter ends and spring comes, the cuckoo sings the song. It indicates the arrival of the spring. Her voice is so exciting. The voice of the cuckoo is so exciting that it disturbs the silence of the atmosphere. In springtime, from the cuckoo bird, breaking the silence of the sea. The voice of the cuckoo is so exciting that it disturbs the silence of the atmosphere or the silence of the islands of the Hebrides. Among the farthest Hebrides, farthest means far away. Hebrides means group of islands. It disturbs the silence of the islands of Hebrides which are located far away. So the poet wants to say that the nightingale or the cuckoo sing, but their voice or their sound is not so much impressive or sweet as the song of the nightingale, or as the song of the girl who is standing and singing alone in the field. The song of the girl is so much melodious that it that the sound or the so music of the nightingale or the cuckoo bird cannot surpass the music of the girl. So the voice of the girl is very sweet and melodious. The pleasing sound which and the pleasing sound of the girl is liked by the listener. So when the voice of the nightingale or the cuckoo is so sweet, no doubt that the cuckoo, when the cuckoo sings or the nightingale sings, it produces a very good or melodious sound. But the sound of the girl or the music which is she singing, the music is much more sweet, okay, then or much more enchanting or impressive than the song of the cuckoo and nightingale. Okay. Now we come to the literary device of in this stanza. So we can the literary device alliteration is used in this stanza. In these lines we can see that we can note in the line that we are welcome notes to weary band, WW, the same letter is repeated with the same sound. Okay, welcome weary, WW. There here we